Hello everyone, welcome to my Car Review 2025 official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. With a better interior and tweaked dynamics, the GTI is once again one of the best all-rounders on the market. I don't know if the MK8 GTI fully deserves its bad reputation. It was a good car, but it had the unenviable task of following up the MK7, a near-perfect car. VW's diesel cheating scandal forced the company to cut costs, cheapening the Golf's previously excellent interior. Add into the mix an infotainment system that was baffling as it was laggy, and haptic touch controls that looked futuristic but were infuriating to use. The car was a nice, if small, evolution over its predecessor dynamically, but its interior really let the GTI down. For 2025, they mostly fixed it. The steering wheel gets real buttons once again, the infotainment gets a huge upgrade and a huge screen, and the temperature and volume sliders are still haptic, but much better to use. The GTI looks sharper, too, and it's even sweeter to drive. If there's anything wrong with it, it's that there's no more manual transmission. This resulted from the fact that only Americans bought manual GTIs, and there weren't enough of us to convince VW in Germany to keep putting 6 speeds in the GTIs coming off the line in Wolfsburg. If you want a stick-shift VW, your only choice is a Jetta GLI. The GTI is once again one of the best all-rounders out there, a car you no longer need to make excuses for. At VW's launch event for the MK8.5, we got time in both the base S and SE models on some great West Virginia backroads, and a few laps in the top-tier Autobahn at Summit Point Racetrack. On the road, the GTI revealed its one-car solution excellence quickly. This is a car that's just so easy to drive normally, in traffic, on the highway, etc., but one that's still good fun when the opportunity arises. The engine runs smoothly and quietly, and the 7-speed dual-clutch feels more refined than ever. All GTIs get VW's IQ Drive driver assist systems, which make highway trips a breeze, and as ever, visibility is excellent, and the Golf's compact dimensions help with livability. Mechanically, the MK8.5 isn't too different from the earlier MK8, though VW tells us that it recalibrated the steering. Immediately, it feels great, similar to the improvements Audi made for the new S3. There's perfect weight build-up off-center, and it's as accurate as before. Both the base S and SE get non-adjustable dampers, but honestly, I didn't miss the dynamic chassis control system of the Autobahn trim too much. The GTI is firm, but superbly controlled, never upset by mid-corner bumps or anything of the like. The engine feels the same, too, with 241 horsepower and 273 pound-feet torque. There's not a hell of a lot to say about it, since it's basically the same 2.0-litre turbo 4-cylinder that's powered the GTI for a decade and a half. But it's very smooth, with the strong low and mid-range torque you expect from a modern turbomill, yet a type of high-revving enthusiasm you don't anticipate. Sad though the manual's death may be, it's impossible not to be impressed with how this engine works with the 7-speed dual-clutch. The calibration effectively helps minimize perceived turbo lag, and while you can use the steering wheel paddles for control, putting the transmission in sport mode and leaving it to its own devices works well too. This isn't the most exuberant sport compact out there, and Elantra N is more fun on a fast road, with its eagerness to rotate, and a traditional limited-slip differential. But the GTI has a better dual-clutch, a way more refined engine, and its own smooth, competent approach to spirited driving. It's a faithful companion, first and foremost. VW's latest infotainment system is slightly baffling to use, but it's probably something owners will get used to. Plus, there are easy shortcuts for important vehicle functions, like stability control, for example. The 12.9-inch screen looks comically big in such a small car, though rendering all the controls so large makes it easier to use. Would a simple dash with a basic infotainment and physical shortcuts and climate controls like in my MK7 be better? Yes, of course. But the user interface is no longer a reason not to buy a GTI. On Summit Point's bumpy, technical Jefferson circuit, the GTI doesn't feel fully at home, at least in stock form. With the adaptive damper Autobahn in its full sport mode, the damping is just a little too firm. It saps your confidence. However, there's 15 clicks of suspension adjustment if you go into the custom drive mode, which could fix this problem, but we didn't have the time to play around with settings. Still, it's a fun little car. A great option for someone looking to get into track days, since the car has basically no vices, and every MK8 GTI has VW's VAQ limited slip, which helps you put power down on corner exit. Like so many GTIs before it, a stiffer anti-roll bar, and better brake pads and fluid would help it really come alive. Yet, the fact that you can do a track day and then drive to work the next day in comfort speaks to the GTI's strengths. It's nothing new, yet there's nothing else out there that does this. A Civic Si and Integra offer a manual, but are way underpowered by comparison. The Elantra N isn't as good as a daily, and doesn't look or feel as classy. Similar story with the WRX, though it does counter with standard all-wheel drive and a great manual. The GR Corolla is more exciting, but not nearly as refined. The Civic Type R is a superior track device, but expensive. Speaking of price, the GTI makes the most sense in its cheapest form. The $38,645 SE doesn't add much for its near $5,000 price hike, and while the $42,105 Autobahn has some nice stuff, gorgeous 19-inch wheels, summer tires, and adaptive dampers, none are truly necessary. The $33,670 S model is something of a bargain. There isn't a single car on sale that offers this same, desirable mix of qualities for this price. If you want summer tires that badly, call Tire Rack. Even for all its faults, the original MK8 GTI was a good car. The MK 8.5 is a great car, once again placing the GTI among the best all-rounders out there. As it should be. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.